A diplomatic chill. Ejide condemns U.S. delegation visit. Greenland's Prime Minister, Mute B. Ejide, did not mince words. He denounced a recent visit by a U.S. delegation as highly aggressive. The delegation included Second Lady Usha Vance and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. Ejide's statement sent ripples through the diplomatic community, exposing underlying tensions between the two nations. At the heart of the issue lies Greenland's pursuit of autonomy and its wariness of U.S. influence. The White House presented a different narrative. Their official statement characterized the visit as a cultural exchange. The delegation, they argued, was there to participate in Greenland's celebrated national dog sled race. They also highlighted planned engagements with local communities, emphasizing shared heritage and traditions. However, Ejide remained unconvinced. Ejide's criticism focused particularly on the presence of Mike Waltz, a figure closely associated with U.S. military and security strategy. He interpreted Waltz's participation as a not-so-subtle projection of American power. The visit, he argued, was less about cultural exchange and more about reinforcing U.S. interests in the Arctic region. This perception was further fueled by historical baggage. Ejide's anxieties were not unfounded. They echoed a sentiment shared by many Greenlanders, wary of being treated as a pawn in a larger geopolitical game. The Prime Minister's strong words underscore the delicate balance Greenland seeks to maintain, welcoming cooperation while fiercely safeguarding its sovereignty. Beneath the surface strategic interests and sovereignty concerns, Greenland, the world's largest island, holds a unique position in the Arctic. Its vast reserves of rare earth minerals, crucial for modern technology, have made it a focal point of global interest. Additionally, its strategic location along increasingly navigable Arctic shipping routes has intensified geopolitical competition in the region. The United States, China, and Russia all see Greenland as a potential prize in their pursuit of Arctic dominance. For the United States, Greenland represents a critical link in its Arctic strategy. The U.S. seeks to counter growing Chinese and Russian influence in the region, particularly as climate change makes the Arctic more accessible. Greenland's proximity to North America also makes it a significant factor in U.S. national security calculations. However, this interest has often been perceived as heavy-handed by Greenland. Greenland, for its part, is navigating a complex path. While eager to capitalize on its resources and strategic location, it is determined to chart its own course. This involves asserting its independence from Denmark, of which it is a constituent country, while resisting the pressure to align too closely with any one power. The challenge for Greenland is to leverage its geopolitical significance without compromising its autonomy. The recent U.S. delegation visit, regardless of its intent, has brought these underlying tensions to the forefront. It has underscored the challenges of balancing international partnerships with the protection of sovereignty. The incident serves as a reminder that Greenland, though geographically distant, is increasingly at the center of global power dynamics. A history of tensions. From Trump's overtures to present-day disputes. The current diplomatic row is not an isolated incident. It is but the latest chapter in a long and complicated history between Greenland and the United States. These historical tensions color present-day relations and fuel mistrust between the two nations. Perhaps the most glaring example is former President Donald Trump's infamous proposal to buy Greenland from Denmark. Trump's offer, which he later claimed was made in jest, was met with outrage in both Greenland and Denmark. It was widely seen as a blatant disregard for Greenland's sovereignty and a throwback to a colonial past. The incident left a bitter aftertaste and reinforced the perception of the U.S. as seeking to assert dominance rather than engage as an equal partner. Adding fuel to the fire was Donald Trump Jr.'s visit to Greenland in January 2025. His social media posts, particularly one with the caption "Make Greenland Great Again," were met with derision by many Greenlanders. They viewed it as tone-deaf and insensitive, further solidifying the impression of U.S. disregard for Greenlandic sentiment. These incidents, coupled with the recent controversy surrounding the U.S. delegation visit, highlight the fragility of U.S.-Greenland relations. They underscore the need for greater cultural sensitivity and respect for Greenland's autonomy in U.S. foreign policy. Failure to do so risks further alienating Greenland and driving it closer to other global players. The Arctic chessboard: Greenland's future in a multipolar world. Greenland finds itself at a crossroads, caught between its historical ties, its aspirations for independence, and the ambitions of global powers. The Arctic, once a peripheral region, is rapidly becoming a central stage for geopolitical competition. Climate change, with its impact on resource accessibility and shipping routes, has only intensified the struggle for influence. In this complex game of Arctic chess, Greenland is a key player. Its vast mineral wealth, strategic location, and growing sense of self-determination make it a coveted partner. However, Greenland is not merely a pawn to be manipulated. It possesses agency and is determined to chart its own course, one that prioritizes its own interests and aspirations. Public opinion in Greenland reflects this desire for self-determination. Polls consistently show overwhelming opposition to any form of annexation or undue foreign influence. Over 85% of Greenlanders oppose the idea of becoming part of the United States, seeing it as a threat to their cultural identity and autonomy. The path forward for Greenland is fraught with challenges. It must carefully navigate its relationships with global powers, leveraging its strategic importance without compromising its sovereignty. The recent diplomatic row with the United States serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balancing act Greenland faces. The world will be watching closely as Greenland charts its course in this new era of Arctic significance.